Jonathan, what was it like getting out today and getting a chance to show out in front of the scouts?
Yeah, I think it was fun, long time coming. 6 years in college is a long time, and so getting a chance to finally, have my pro day and get a chance to do it at SMU, I thought that it was a good day. We had 22 guys participating. I think everybody performed to a high level, so I think it was a pretty good day.
Can you talk about, since the end of the season, what you've been working on yourself, get prepared for today and prepared for the rest of the draft process?
Yeah. So I started training January 2nd. So kind of, our season ended the 21st. Kind of took a week off and then started hitting it, focusing on, looking smooth in drills, catching the ball, obviously, continuing to get faster, stronger. So, get more explosive. And so I changed my diet. Legit haven't had any sweets, anything other than water and protein shakes to drink, and nothing but meal prep foods. So after this, I'm gonna go to BJ's and give me a big Kazuki, and have a good time. So yeah, that's kind of what went into it a little bit, but happy, to showcase what I had, and we'll see what happens.
What's the hardest thing to give up then? What was the hardest food to give up?
I would say sweets, man. I got a sweet tooth, and so whether that's ice cream, cookies, brownies, cake, anything like that. So I got a sweet tooth, so that was hard, and then lemonade and sweet teas. So those are the two hardest for sure.
When you don't get invited to the combine, but you have your pro day right here, just how much in your mind are you thinking about that? About, hey, this is my one big shot to impress scouts. How much was that on your mind throughout the process?
I would say, kind of coming into it, I kind of had a feeling that, I was just going to get, one shot at the pro day. Hopefully, the local pro day with the Cowboys as well. And so kind of just training my body to really maximize myself during this time and do everything. Some guys go to the combine, they do 2-3 things, focus on 2-3 things, and at their pro day, they do the rest of the drills. We had to do it in one shot. And so just kind of just focus on that stamina, building that up, and really maximize my opportunity.
What makes Rashard Smith a good teammate?
Man, B Money.
Especially on the field.
Yeah, I mean, you see on the field, man, his vision, his explosiveness. He's a dog. Off the field, I would say that he's probably one of the most chill guys on the team. Anybody can talk to him, relate to him. He's cool with walk-ons. He's cool with scholarship guys, like whoever it is. And so he's a dog. Loved having him as a teammate for this year, getting to know him, and excited to see what he does in the future.
B Money's the nickname.
Yeah, B Money. Yeah, everybody call him B Money.
Quite a big senior class. You guys get to all share this opportunity together. What is that like for you guys?
Yeah, it's fun. Seeing not really seeing these guys since the last game of the season. So I know 3 or 4 of them was in Florida training. A couple of them were in California. I was out here in Texas. I ran across a lot of times through training. But just getting a chance to see everybody laugh, joke, talk about the season, talk about what we did well. And then also, knowing that this is our opportunity to showcase what we have for NFL teams. And so it was real fun.
What do you hope scouts take away what they saw from you today?
Yeah, I think, I'm a versatile defensive back. Like my first 3-4 years of college, I played only nickel. I came here focused on safety, played in the post quite a lot. So I think my versatility, my production kind of speaks volumes from TFLs to PBUs to interceptions. So I think, just showcasing that, although I ain't the biggest, right, I can move very well. My DB drills, I feel like, were smooth. Caught the ball at a high level. And so I think, teams take that away, that, you're going to get a versatile defensive back and a leader in the back end.
How much did you have to train for those DB drills? So they did look smooth, and it's something like, how much is it, what you showed on tape versus actually training for DB drills?
Yeah.
How do you prep for that?
Yeah, I think, what you do in season is a little bit different because, it's based on scheme. Where, we was a cover 3 team primarily, and so I was primarily in the post. Didn't really get a lot of, zone turn work. More everything I did was off the quarterback. And so for me, I was hitting it 3 times a week with flight skills. And so I was training with them Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And so really just focusing on the combine drills, what they do, and obviously anything else that a pro day scout wants to see as well. So kind of just honed in on that, body control, speed, technique, and all those things.
How much do you hear about being captain and being on winning teams these last couple of years, in terms of how NFL scouts look at a player?
Yeah, I know teams love that. You talk about culture. You talk about guys that can establish themselves in a locker room and really gain the respect of their teammates. And so I think teams love that. You don't got to necessarily worry about me off the field at all. I'm pretty boring. I just play video games for the most part. And so I think really just focusing on, the character traits that separate me from other people. And, you're going to get a leader. You're going to get somebody that was a captain here, a captain at my previous school, a captain in high school as well. And so I think focusing on that, understanding that you're getting a culture changer in your program or in your organization, I think is something that's pretty big.
As you go through this process, what do you think is a part of your game that's the most underrated that scouts should know more about?
I would say ball skills and instincts. I would say ever since I was probably in high school, I really just kind of had a knack for finding the ball, whether that was overthrow, ball goes to me, a receiver, cuts his route off short and the ball comes to me. Kind of just focusing on that. And so I think my instincts and my ball skills are the two things that kind of separate myself.
During this period, who are kind of the people that you rely on and take advice from as you're building up to the draft?
Yeah, I would say my family, but for people that have been in that situation, Solomon Thomas is a huge mentor to me. His mom was my high jump coach in the eighth grade at Coppell Middle School North, so shout out Miss Thomas and their family. He just signed with the Cowboys, so he's back in town. But picking his brain, he was a 3rd overall pick. He kind of knows how this process works. So talking to him, a couple other guys I played with at Stanford, Michael Wilson is one of my best friends, and so we talk legit 2-3 times a week. He just announced that he's having a baby, so it's kind of been cut short a little bit, our conversations. Has to tend to Sophia Smith a little bit, but definitely them two and other guys that I played with throughout the way, just asking them for their advice, what to do, how to train, how much time to take off, and how busy this rookie season is about to be.
Base defense is pretty much nickel defense now. I mean, how much confidence do you have in your ability to play corner full time or slot corner full time in nickel base?
100%. I think I can do it. I know I can do it. I am a cerebral football player. The closer, kind of to the line of scrimmage you get, the more cerebral you kind of have to be in terms of understanding route combinations, down and distance, being able to play man, being able to play off. Being able to play zone, like all of those things, I feel like I play at a high level. I thought that more transition to the NFL, that would be kind of my suit in terms of, size, stature, all those type of things. But if the team needs me playing that post, I definitely play in the post as well.
What makes Solomon a good mentor?
Yeah, I think he does everything the right way, man. Like ever since I met him, kindest guy in the room, never meets a stranger, talks to everybody. I was an 8th grader. Fan of him, and he treated me like we was best friends. And I'm like, bro, you just met me. But he's just always there, reliable guy, team leader. You see Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee like 3 years in a row. What he's doing, with mental health is real, and he's really making an impact. And so I would say he's just a reliable, dependable guy.
Cool. We're good.